It's not unusual to... Oh, sorry.
You are now watching WhoDooTV.
Welcome to WhoDooTV. We're here at Emerald City Comic Con with Justin Jordan.
Hello.
Justin, thanks for meeting up with us.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks
it.
for having me, guys.
We first learned about you with the Shadow Man doing some Valiant work. And Shadow Man's coming back again, but how did you like doing Shadow Man? What did you think about that?
It was fun. I really enjoyed it. It was funny. I was just talking with Warren Simons, who's the editor at Valiant this morning. I really enjoyed doing Shadow Man. Valiant was actually the first people to hire me, the first company to hire me as a writer for work for hire stuff when I broke into comics, and I really liked Shadow Man. I think we did a good run on it. It was one of those things that I actually wish I had gotten to do a longer run with it. So,
yeah.
but it's coming back. Andy, nope, shouldn't say that. Has it been announced who's writing it?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Andy Diggle is writing it, and Andy is an old friend of mine too, so that is very good. He is a very good writer.
That's awesome.
And then there is an inferior Jordan right here.
And so, yeah, we love that. And actually, thinking about it, we've covered quite a bit of your books on our show.
Oh,
one
thank
of
you.
our first videos was one you did with Ibrahim Mustafa, Savage Things.
Yep, and I actually saw Ibrahim today. I need to track him down again. Yes, Savage Things was rad. Savage Things is a book out from Vertigo. And as an old school Vertigo kid, just being able to do a book at Vertigo was so exciting. And then we brought Ibrahim on, and that was actually, I had known Ibrahim. I had actually met Ibrahim down in Portland at Stumptown a few years ago, so we had met. But actually, Jamie Rich, the editor on Savage Things, suggested Ibrahim for the book, and Ibrahim just knocked it out of the park. He really elevated the material. It was amazing. He was the perfect collaborator on that book.
That was a really good pairing for sure. And you know, you kind of started off, and then with Luther Strode.
Yes.
That was a huge project. And I think the big hardcover just recently came out with that.
Yeah, back in October, we released a hardcover that's all three Luther Strode series. It's the complete story of Luther Strode. It actually includes like 120 pages of bonus material. Okay. So like, you can see the first emails between me and Trad when we were just wee young things, getting to know each other. The original pitch is there. The first issue script is there. Character sketches, pinups, whole shebang. And it's such a beautiful package. I realize it's my book, but the hardcover turned out so pretty.
Yeah. That's a very beautiful book, and like that's kind of what kind of rocketed you into your career a little bit.
It did. I went 10 years trying to break into comics, and I was doing small press and self-published and indie stuff. I do mini comics and that kind of thing, and anthologies. And then I pitched Luther Strode blind to Image. It just went through their standard Image submission thing, and they said yes. And I went from not being in comics at all to having a full-time comic career in like less than a year. It was very much one of those 10 years to an overnight success kind of things. Yeah, so it was really rad.
Build up was worth it. So,
yes.
And then also Spread. That's been an ongoing Image title.
Yep.
Coming to a close.
Yeah, Spread is wrapping up either this week or next week. I'm not sure if the last issue came out this week or if it comes out next week. We have 25 issues, which is a good long run for an independent comic. I'm very proud of what we did with it. It's really rad. And actually, most of Team Spread is here at Emerald City Comic Con this weekend.
That's great. That's great. And then one that we just recently covered, and ironically came out on Valentine's Day. You did with Donald DeLay, the Death of Love.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, Death of Love from Image, where a guy gets the ability to see the Cupidae that underpin love and attacks them with a chainsaw, as one does. It's been really rad. I've really liked working with Donald. This is his first professional work as well. Right. So I like bringing people into the industry when I can. So it's been really cool. And Donald and I actually Death of Love. We were actually finished before the first issue came out. It's a 5-issue miniseries. And so Donald and I are working on our next pitch, which is super cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have some great concepts. Where do these concepts come from?
Well, I drink a lot. Actually, that's a lie. I don't drink at all. But, no, I don't know. I mean, I've had that thing before. So people ask, they're like, what do you do, if you don't have ideas? I'm like, the ideas never stop. Like, that's just a continuous train. Like, the trick is focusing on the things you've decided to do and not getting distracted by the new ideas.
Right.
So that kind of thing. Death of Love, I really don't know. So Death of Love was kind of interesting in that I basically, for whatever reason, the image of a dude chainsawing a Cupid popped in my head, and Donald, who's a friend of mine on Facebook, drew it as part of his warm-up sketch. I was like, that's awesome. You want to do a book? And he said, yeah. And then Image said, yeah. And so we did a book.
Nice. And so there's some interesting connections with like Philo, the character in that book.
Indeed.
And then how in depth, like you actually go back to put the connection of Philo with love and
Yes.
everything with him. Is that a normal concept that people should look for those in your books?
They should. And it's funny because some of those are sort of there. I mostly do them for my own benefit, but like there's stuff that like people never apparently notice. Like, so for instance, in Luther Strode, the method that he uses to get his superpowers is called the Hercules method. And if you know why Hercules was doing his 12 labors, what happens at the end of Luther Strode makes a whole lot of sense, but that's an Easter egg that I think no one but me got.
Oh, wow.
That's the same thing with the Philo thing, is like that kind of stuff is threaded in there. And it's the same way with like if you read Death of Love and you look at the pills that Philo takes, like the images that are imprinted on them are very mythologically relevant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then what else can we expect from you come in the future?
So I just had Sideways from DC that I'm co-writing with Dan DiDio, and it's got Kenneth Rocafort on art. It just came out, actually also on Valentine's Day. And then that's part of the New Age of Heroes that they've done, a new initiative where we're bringing in new characters that are not legacy characters into the DCU. And I got Curse of Brimstone with Philip Tan, also part of that line, should be coming out in April.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you for joining us today, and appreciate all your work. It's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, thank you very much, man. Thanks for having me.
Guys, check out Justin Jordan. And where can people find you on the World Wide Web?
So basically, you can look up Justin Jordan Comics on Facebook. It's Facebook/Justin Jordan Comics. It's kind of my center hub. Or Justin_Jordan on Twitter. You can kind of contact me there. So
cool. We'll put some links down below, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching WhoDooTV. We want to thank Justin Jordan for coming on with us today and talking about the death of love.
If you like videos like this one, make sure you hit subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at WhoDooTV. And also, we want to thank our friends over at Outright Geekery. Check them out for everything geeky.